I respond that Israel has been committing a genocide.
No. To the point about the return of hostages. Can we address that?
Well,
in this clip, you're about to see an example of anti-Trump obsession taken to an almost unbelievable level. Nick Ferrari challenges a self-described progressive activist who flatly refuses to acknowledge a single positive thing Trump ever did, not even the return of hostages. And wait for the moment Ferrari pushes it further, asking whether she'd still despise Trump if he somehow discovered a cure for cancer. Her answer says everything. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Let's dive in, and I'll give you my take once it's over.
Coalition. There are people who are still alive in Iran because of Trump's threatened intervention. That's a positive, isn't it?
Well, I think reports from Iran would directly refute that. People are still being killed. And even, in so-called normal times in Iran, like last year in 2025, almost 1,000 people were executed by the regime there. So I think the idea that Trump has brought peace to Iran is slightly...
Didn't say he brought peace, but
just insulting.
He has halted the executions, though. Or let's go...
It's insulting because, when we talk about Iranians, we're talking about a people who have suffered under dictatorship and brutal repression for decades and decades. Trump tweeting some ridiculous opinion where it's not his place to come in and decide anything about the situation, and then deciding that actually the assurances of the Ayatollahs that it's all over now is sufficient. It's just frankly embarrassing and insulting to the brave Iranians who are actually standing up against brutality to pretend that Trump is anything to do with peace in that country.
Well, let's instead then go to Israel and the fact that many people there, particularly in Israel, believe that they had their hostages, or sadly the remains of their hostages, returned again because of Donald Trump's intervention. How do you respond to that?
I respond that Israel has been committing a genocide.
No. To the point about the return of hostages. Can we address that?
Well, the hostages being returned has not brought an end to the
President, I don't know whether I'm obviously not... Right. Do you accept President Trump was involved in helping secure the return of the hostages? And if you do, that's surely a good thing.
I don't accept that was a good process. No,
it's not good to get the hostages back.
Hostages were returned. Yes, it is, but it hasn't brought an end to the immense suffering. I'm sorry, I'm allowed to make a separate point.
Just answer my question first. Let's deal with it chronologically.
I am delighted that the hostages were returned. I do not think that Trump's intervention has been positive within that process in any way.
So President Trump wasn't involved
in
getting...
And I think that the continued failure of the...
I'm sorry, we'll do it my way. When it's your show... No, we'll do it my way, thank you. Will you accept, and then we'll discuss the other part, will you accept that those returns were because of President Trump's work? Just a yes or no?
No, I think that the returns could have been better achieved.
How?
Through a true peace process that would have involved not funding a genocide against the Palestinian people, which is what Donald Trump did.
I sense that you're one of those people who, even if he was to find a cure for cancer, it would still not be the work of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump has drastically cut cancer research funding throughout the world. So the day he finds a cure for cancer, Nick, I would be delighted for you to bring me on, and I'll say it's wrong.
Why is it that this man excites such opposition in your eyes?
I think it's quite obvious that Donald Trump is bringing authoritarian violence to the streets of the United States, that he is a dangerous warmonger on the global stage, and that he is a representative of the very worst elements of the political situation that the world finds ourselves in. He is a danger to Ukrainians. He is a danger to, frankly, anybody who he decides gets on his nerves that day. And he's a danger to American citizens. He's a danger to the global world order. And I think that the British public can see that incredibly clearly. And it's, frankly, just a little bit jarring to have conversations about whether or not he's a peace bringer.
This clip shows exactly what we're dealing with right now. Did you catch that exchange? Freddie Gray calmly spelled out the record, movement toward peace in the Middle East and hostages brought home. Yet Zoe Gardner couldn't bring herself to acknowledge a single positive outcome purely because of who delivered it. The hostility runs so deep that logic no longer matters. Nick Ferrari exposed the absurdity perfectly. His point was simple. If Trump somehow discovered a cure for cancer, the reaction wouldn't be gratitude, it would be outrage over the disruption it caused. That mindset says everything. And then there was the caller at the end, openly questioning whether elections should even continue. That should send a chill down your spine. It sounds extreme, but when you look at how parts of the political class and media now operate, you have to ask whether it's really unthinkable anymore. What's your take on this? Share your thoughts below. If you want to see more content like this, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss an update.